there, welcome to another episode of Technique Tasters, brought to you by Creative Scrapbooker magazine. My name is Noreen Smith. You can typically find me online at Organized and Creative Mom, and I am here today to show you how quickly you can put together some school days pages using the new Back to School collection from Creative Memories. I am a Creative Memories advisor in the Calgary, Alberta, Canada area, and it's always my pleasure to come on with Creative Scrapbooker magazine and share what's new with Creative Memories and give you some ideas on how to use it. And I think that when you see how quickly a layout like this comes together, you are going to be so excited to create your kids' school days albums. So let's get started. So the Back to School collection, as you would imagine, is full of really fun artwork that has icons and images and word art that feature those bright, fun primary colors that we associate with back to school. The papers will work for a variety of different types of layouts, field trips, school pictures, all that kind of stuff. Plus we have some additional letter stickers in kind of that varsity or collegiate style. And I just love these embellishments, die cut embellishments with the foil enhancement on them. So those are going to be perfect. But what I'm really excited about is the Back to School annual paper pack, and that's what I'm going to be using today. As you can see, you're going to be able to document all the way through your child's career as a student, all the way from preschool right up to their senior year of high school. And each one of these pages is pre-designed, so it's going to make it so easy to get a complete album done for your child. Now, if you're not actually going to use this particular side, I do want to draw your attention to the fact that on the reverse side of each paper, there is another fun design that will coordinate with the rest of the Back to School designer papers. So you get sort of double bang for your buck here. So many great additional designs. I know that you're going to want 2 or 3 packs of these just for the back sides alone. But I'm going to use the preschool paper because I have a cute little picture here of my son Sam when he was in preschool, and I did start a little bit of a school album for him, but with this annual paper pack, I think I'm going to be able to complete the school album really, really fast. Now, of course, I could just take this photo, add it to the preschool annual paper, write some details, and maybe add some of these, super fun embellishments. That would just be so cute, maybe a little bit of a frame around it. But Creative Memories has really outdone themselves and has created a series of layered frames. So this comes complete as you see it. All of the pieces are layered together, and so all you need to do is add your photo behind it. It looks so good because, of course, the designers have layered all of the embellishments for you. But I'm going to step that up just a little bit more, and I'm going to pick some of the papers. I think this blue and the stripes to sort of coordinate with the blue and the stripes in this frame. I'm going to layer just a couple of pieces of paper in behind the layered frame embellishment. Plus, I am so excited to use some of the pens that Creative Memories has brought back. We've got the purple, red, orange, blue, and green, all perfectly coordinating with the Back to School collection. We're going to do just a little bit of mixed media in the background here to really amp it up. And although we've got the preschool title here, I can't resist using one of the new handwriting or brush stencils to just add the additional little extra details there about my son's school year. So these are a nice thick stencil, reusable, and I really like the addition of the ruler and measurements along the sides. So I'm just going to come in here and add just a little bit more information about my son's preschool year, and this layout is going to come together so quickly. So I've gone ahead and cut down a couple of pieces from the designer paper pack here. I've chosen that nice bright blue with the thought bubbles on it, and that will be a great sort of layer or base for underneath our frame. And I cut that down to 8 inches by 9 inches, so not quite a square. Then I also have a piece of this fun striped paper that's really going to pull in all of the colors, and I love the fact that we've got a little striped banner here as well, so that's going to really echo that banner and pull in again all of the colors. And the measurements for this are 6 inches wide by 9 3/4, so it's just going to peek out from behind this blue thought bubble paper and provide some nice details. Now, if you wanted to conserve the paper, you could certainly just cut some small strips and tuck them in behind your blue paper. Now, before I actually adhere these two sort of decorative layers or backgrounds for my frame down, what I thought I would do is just add a little bit of interest to the background paper with a little bit of an ink technique. And I know that many people are a little worried about using different kinds of ink techniques on their scrapbook pages, maybe for archival reasons or maybe because you're just not sure where to start. But I'm going to use one of the pens and a very, very simple sort of splattering technique to just create a little bit of colorful interest in the areas that aren't going to be covered up by my layering paper. So I'm just going to put this down here and just kind of get a sense of where I want this all to go. Oh, isn't that so cute already? I think that's going to be the placement. So I'm just going to take a pencil and just kind of mark sort of the areas that are going to be covered up by the layering papers and the frame. And then all I'm going to do is take the bold tip end of my pen, draw a little circle of ink onto a slick surface, and this is just a lid from a yogurt container. And then I'm just going to spray a little bit of water onto that sort of puddle of ink. And then all you need is a brush. It doesn't have to be any kind of fancy brush, just something that you can sort of pick up the paint and tap into the areas where your layering papers are not going to be covering. So very, very easy. I'm just holding it and tapping with my forefinger. Now you could repeat this with other colors. It would be fun to bring in the blue, for example, since we're using a lot of blue, or you can just do it with the one color like I'm going to do. And I'm just going to set that aside to dry. The nice thing about doing a mixed media like this is that it's super easy cleanup. You can just use a little bit of water to clean this up. And I like to keep the lid on my little spray bottle and just keep it right on my desk so that I can do this type of mixed media technique anytime. So now that my little splatter design is complete, I can just go ahead and erase the little pencil marks that I did earlier just to kind of show where the edges would be. And now I can go ahead and adhere my two layer pieces, or my layer piece with the little strips of paper. So because I'm using a larger strip in behind my blue piece, I'm just going to kind of attach those two together. That looks pretty good. And then I could adhere the whole thing down to my page. And so I like that this is on a bit of an angle, because when I go to add this layered frame, I can keep that nice and upright, and the background will have that nice sort of slant. Now, to adhere the photo to the frame, I'm just going to turn over the frame, and it's nice and solid. So I'm just going to add some adhesive around the edges of the opening, and I'm just using my regular tape runner adhesive. And then I can go ahead and center my photo and then just place the frame on top. And then same kind of thing, I can just add some more adhesive all over the back of the layered frame and my photo and adhere the whole thing onto my page. And I like being able to kind of use these lines from the background paper to kind of get it straight and centered. Now, if you wanted to just add some journaling here, your layout could be absolutely complete at this point. You could add the journaling that says, you know, the year, the school, that kind of thing. But I mentioned that I'm going to pull out one of these new stencils, handwriting or brush script stencil. And I'm just going to add a little bit more details down here to the bottom. So I'm going to use the handwriting stencil, and I'm just going to line up the bottom of the letters that spell out preschool with this line here. And I love the fact that there's a line right underneath the stencils themselves. So it's going to be really easy to either draw a line or to place this stencil on your page and get a really nice even look. It's gonna make making your titles just so much easier. And I'm just going to write the date or the year that he was in preschool. So this was way back in 2011. So I'm just going to take the bold tip and go over to, move it along, and again, just keep that line right underneath my 2. And there's my 0. And then the 1 actually is right next to it, so I can just keep going and then just move it over again slightly. And then for the little dash, I'm actually just going to turn and use the body of the eye. So I'm just going to turn it and add a little dash there. And then I can come back and finish off the year again using that line as my base. So it's 2011, 2012. So I just need a 1 and a 2. And there's the year. It was really fast and easy to do. I love the way it's all nicely lined up. The letters are coordinating, and I can go ahead now and even add the name of the school, that kind of thing, right in that area. I think I will do a little bit more journaling on the lined background paper with the fine tip end, but I do want to come in here just with one more little embellishment. This is from the foiled die cut embellishment, and Sam was just so thrilled to be going to school that I thought this I love school embellishment would be just the perfect sort of addition here. So I'm just going to add some regular tape runner adhesive, tuck it in here behind the frame. And again, I can just use these lines to sort of make sure I've got it nice and straight. So I'm just going to add a little bit of journaling in this area here. And I think I'll finish off with another little apple down here because of course that is just the quintessential little decoration. I'm gonna put the name of the school right in here, and maybe a couple of gold stars for being such a fantastic little student. I love that. And that's really my layout complete. So fast and easy to do. And I think that you're going to see that you could create an entire school days album with pictures of your kids from their school picture days so quickly with these beautiful annual papers. I love them so much, and I love the entire back to school collection. So I hope you give that a try this fall and document your kids' school days adventure. Thanks so much for joining me on this episode of Technique Tasters, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.